Hey, what is going on, guys? This is DJ Clan Smasher, and today I'm bringing you a very exciting episode. So it's Elite Gaming versus North Watchers. We just had a placement match, guys, and it was 7-20-18. So we were super solid in the 11s. Actually, we actually got a perfect 11 war for us. We got perfect dips. I got an 11v11, and our 10s did pretty good too. They got 7 out of the 24. So North Watchers started very strong. They had a bunch of 10v10s. We didn't start as well, so it wasn't looking very promising. But then once I woke up, I saw a bunch of 10v10s that happened overnight. So that so that was pretty cool. We were very good with our 10v11 game, so that's what really helped us out. And then after that, towards the end of the war, I guess North Watchers really felt that they needed to triple some of our 11s since they hadn't two-starred most of them. So that's where they were pretty much, gambling. And they didn't get some of our 11v11s, so that's where we won. We had a solid 10v11 crew, solid 11v10 crew, so it was a pretty awesome work, guys. It definitely went to the last minute. So anyways, guys, let's go ahead and get started with this recap. Hey, what is going on, guys? So now that we have already talked about the actual scoring just recently, let's go ahead and get started with some of these hits. I'll be showing you one of the 9v9s, and I rarely show attacks that have been attacked twice, but with this one I'm going to show you guys because this one's actually going to be by Judo, and it's going to be without heroes. So he's actually going to swag the heroes, guys. So just so I can show you guys what the pentalaloon looks like as far as how strong this attack can be. So it sends in the Lava Hound with a few loons over there at the 9 o'clock section, a Lava Hound over here at the 6 o'clock mark with a few more loons, guys. And as you can see, this is a soft CC, so it is not a Lava Hound. Because usually you expect a Lava Hound when it comes to these kinds of attacks. So it is possible to do these kinds of pentalaloon attacks on the Town Hall 9s without even having any heroes and dealing with a soft CC, guys. So for those of you that have low-level heroes, or are constantly upgrading heroes, this is an attack that you can definitely give a shot. So anyways, guys, as you can see, poisons the enemy queen and is patiently waiting for the last Lava Hound to pop, sends in a rage spell, and that rage spell with the pups are going to be able to kill the queen, guys. So let's go ahead and fast forward this because this cleanup is going to take a while. He could have placed the heroes at the end, but it decided to swag them completely, so no heroes at all when it comes to this attack. So great job by Judo taking care of this Town Hall 9 that they had a hard time with. I think they hit it once, they didn't get it down, but then Judo hit it after that and was able to take care of that base. So let's go ahead and move along, guys, to the 10v10s. So we actually got, I believe, 6 10v10s, if I'm not mistaken. So let's go ahead and get started with number 25. Let's see. So 25 is going to be by Burns. And Burns here is actually going to be doing a hog attack. As you can see, there's going to be 6 Valkyries and 5 boulders, guys. So the wizards are started just to kind of get rid of some of these structures and kind of creating a nice little pathway for the troops that you'll see here in a bit. A couple giants are placed at the bottom, closer to 3 o'clock, guys, just to kind of tank a little bit. Then the Valkyries, the king, the queen, and the boulders are coming in as a kill squad. So a nice little poison spell is going to be placed for the enemy CC. This is a soft CC, so that's the reason why he comes in with a kill squad with the queen as well, bringing her in. And that is going to help take care of the enemy queen and go ahead and get started with the funnel, guys. As you can see, this Inferno is about to go down. It does have to go down with the hogs, but at that point it was already pretty much fully weakened. So nice little heal spell is placed right there, taking care of the wizard tower, the bomb tower section, and some of these other key structures. As you can see, the queen is moving in towards the middle, takes care of that expo, which helps out with the funneling and the pathing for the hog riders. That way the hogs don't have to bounce around all over the place. So great stuff by Burns here, guys. And now is sending in the cleanup troops. As you can see, a few wizards over here in the back, and is kind of waiting patiently for these hog riders to move along and get through the rest of this base. So the queen is moving in, is still up and running, guys. These hog riders are starting to die off, but the queen is still fully healed at this point. Takes care of the cannon, which is the main threat for the remaining part of this base. There is a Tesla, but the queen is pretty strong. and can usually two-shot the Tesla, and there it is. She at least was able to take care of that Tesla instead of taking care of the storage. So that's where it is at. So great job by Burns getting this first triple and the bottom part of the bases. So now, guys, we're going to go ahead and move along to the next 10v10. And for this war, guys, I did pretty good. I had a 10v11 hit, so 1 of 2. And for that hit, actually, I messed up on my spells and was actually able to get the 2-star. And actually, I missed this one, guys. Actually, this is going to be a 10v10, so we'll go ahead and watch this one. So we actually ended up getting more than that. Sorry, I'm recording this part after the first part, so that's why I was a little confused. But anyways, guys, so this one's going to be a little weird base, as you can see, because usually you normally don't put the Infernos on the outside, especially like that. So Sully's going to take advantage of that, and the way Sully's going to do it is going to start the king, the Suicide King, a few wall breakers to get into this core section for the queen, and then use the king ability to make sure that the queen can start moving in. That was the main thing. Sends in a few more wall breakers, as you can see, they're moving in right here. Real nice rage spell that's going to keep the queen alive, keep the king strong and going, and now it's going to take care of the enemy CC with a nice poison spell. It's going to keep the troops going as far as the queen walk. So as you can see, the expo goes down, the air defense is about to go down, the queen's about to take care of that wizard tower, and is now moving on to the expo. So now let's go ahead and 2-time this. So nice rage spell. It's going to keep things going towards the middle section, guys. As you can see, the air portion is finally started right here. Use the queen ability. I think he was hoping to snipe the queen, but actually no, because he did bring a skelly spell. So whenever you bring a skelly spell, you know that's mainly for the queen kill. So great job by Sully here coming up with that plan. And the good thing is that the wizard tower wasn't able to focus on all the loons, so the loons were able to take care of the wizard tower, and then they were able to move along towards the final parts of the defenses. So great job by Sully here, and the queen is still moving strong. The queen is fully healed, and the cleanup is going. So there's the 3-star, guys, versus Raven. So now we're going to go ahead and move on to number 22, and this one's going to be by Ashpack, guys. So Ashpack is going to be taking Dora down. And this attack is going to be a mass hog attack, guys. So that mass hog attack that you guys have probably seen in a few other places. So anyways, one bowler started just to kind of get rid of some of these structures, creating a nice funnel. And then after that, the king with a wizard, just to make sure that the king and the queen walk the right direction. And then after that, sends in a wall breaker. So it's going to pretty much be a suicide hero kind of attack. Some of the wall breakers did fail. They didn't get that full, that wall compartment fully taken care of. But the good thing is that the king was able to take care of that compartment, which opened it up a little bit. The queen moves in, takes care of the enemy king, wizard tower, and the cannon, guys. So there we go. Real nice funnel that's created for the hogs. And as you can see, the queen isn't taken care of because he's going to go ahead and use the scaly spells for the enemy queen. So now that funnel is created, kind of creating a better pathway for these hog riders, and also taking care of the enemy queen, it makes it a lot easier for these hog riders to get through the base. So we'll 2-time this, guys. So as you can see, the poison is placed, mainly taking care of the loon, and then the skeleton spells are placed on the queen once the queen stays in a specific spot. Because the queen, if she moves the wrong direction, it might make it to where the skellies might not take care of her. So it's always important to wait until she finally locks and secures on a certain spot. So great job by Ashpack here. As you can see, there's a few pretty good amount of hog riders left. 3 wizards, a miner over here, and a couple wizards over here taking care of the town hall. And it is pretty much game over from here. Just clean up and 3 goblins just moving around the whole base. So great job by Ashpack here. Now we're going to go ahead and move on to Robbie's attack. So let's take a look. So now on 21, this one, guys, is going to be another mass hog attack. So as you can see, it is an attack that is starting to become very popular for sure. A lot more people are using it. It is definitely very effective to use. Very great way of triggering a big bomb there. So giant and a bomb, a wall breaker, trigger that that big bomb. So now the king, the queen are sent in. The main thing is to take care of the enemy king, because that king, even though it doesn't seem like it can do that much, can actually take care of a bunch of hog riders with the help of the queen. So that is the main priority, taking care of the queen, the king, taking care of these other defenses that the queen can snipe pretty much. And then once the king is taken care of, is going to start the hog attack, because he's got 2 scaly spells for the actual enemy queen. So as you can see, the queen finally does take care of the king, and then starts sending in the rest of the hog riders in a good fashion, guys. And then sends in some more CC hogs. So this is a mass hog attack. And then is very patient when it comes to the heal spells, guys. Places the heal spell where the bomb tower is and where potential other big bombs could be. Is very patient when it comes to dropping the scaly spell, guys. Waits for the queen to be stuck in a certain spot. Once the queen is there in the middle, places the scaly spells, and now the scallies are going to take care of the enemy queen. So great job by Robbie here. As you can see, that now that the queen is taken care of, these hog riders are pretty much free to run wild and free all over this base, guys. Another heal spell is still saved for the very end of this attack. And then there is 3 wizards that are left, and 2 archers and 1 wall breaker, guys. So there's still a pretty good amount of hogs left, because this was a mass hog attack. Now the hog riders are going to move on to take care of these scaly spells. And now we're going to go ahead and start moving in towards the cleanup, guys. The good thing is that these scaly spells were able to move into these storages, which helps out with the cleanup tremendously. Because if he was running short on time or something, those scaly spells already started on those big storages with high HP points. So great job by Robbie there. Let's go ahead and move on to the next hit, guys. This next hit is actually going to be a 6-pack by TT. So he is our awesome 10v10 hitter when it comes to the bow witch attack. So let's go ahead and move on to number 19. And then we'll go ahead and move on to the next hit by him. So this first hit, guys, it's going to be a little bit different. As you can see, brings in a few more bowlers than usual, but doesn't bring a golem. So that's one of the things that has changed when it comes to this kind of attack. So TT, if you want to check out that attack, I do have the pro tips with that one. In one of the videos that I've made with him where he talks about this attack. The only difference, like I said, is going to be giants. Brings in giants in the CC since they can tank. And why is he bringing giants? It's because of these single inferno targets, guys. So it is still possible to use this attack. This attack is actually stronger than ever now that the queen can actually heal through the infernos if it is a multi-target inferno. So great job by TT here. Is going to pretty much go through this whole base right here in the middle section. Is very patient when it comes to the spells. Kind of uses them all at the very beginning because it is very spell heavy when it comes to using this attack. And then after that, there is a flank that's going from 6 going to 3. So very solid flank that's moving up and running. And as you can see, guys, look at these bowlers. This bowler section is going to do so much work. You'll see what I mean here in a bit. They double pretty much boulder bounce these walls, guys. Broke in, take care of some of these defense structures, and not only that, but they started moving in towards the other defenses. So the archer tower over here, and then the queen is still moving strong over there, and you'll see what I mean here in a bit. So they start weakening this inferno tower for a little bit, but it's not the inferno tower does take care of the remaining troops right there, and there is a troll Tesla over here in the corner, guys. So this flank is doing some work, takes care of the mortar, and then after that it's going to die off by this wizard tower and this Tesla, I believe. So then once this wizard tower takes care of that witch, the queen is going to start moving in here in a bit. And now that the queen moved in, took care of the wizard tower, took care of the last gold mine, and then starts moving in towards the storage, the queen is going to take care of the town hall, guys. And check this out. This inferno is so far away that it's not going to deal versus the queen, which is nice because that is what saved this attack. And also keep in mind that TT did save the enemy queen ability, which was very clutch when it came to this attack. Because if it wasn't for that queen ability, he might have not been able to get this attack. So anyways, guys, breaks in through this portion. And then after that, the queen is going to move into the next wall. So it's keeping her distance away from that single inferno. So she definitely learned her ways. If my queen did that, then I would be so happy. So anyways, guys, great job by TT, seeing that weakness on that base and taking care of business. Now we're going to go ahead and move on to the next hit, guys. And this one's going to be by TT again versus Tweaks Coffee. So now, as you can see, guys, is moving in back towards the golem. So you see the difference? These are multi-infernos. So what is he going to do? He's going to bring a golem to tank for his troops. So that's what's going on here, guys. So anyways, starts in with a few minions just to kind of cut some trash, guys. Because when you cut up that trash, it makes it so much easier for the funneling, making sure that the troops go to the right direction, things like that. So as you can see, the queen is started over here at the top portion from 9 o'clock. Is going to be patient, and then starts in the flank portion over there at the 12 o'clock mark, sends in the golem, the rest of the boulders, making sure that these boulders funnel in and go to the middle, guys. So as you can see, there was a few troll Teslas here. It's not too much of an issue when it comes to these boulders. These boulders are doing some mad work. This is a soft CC, so double poison on that soft CC. A nice rage spell that is placed right there in the middle section, and then after that, they take care of business. Almost took care of that Infernal Tower, but it's not going to be too much of an issue because this golem is tanking for some of the remaining defenses, and now there is a few witches and boulders that are still moving strong. That wizard tower might be an issue at the very end, but not too much. As you can see, the gold mites were able to tank, take care of the last Infernal Tower, and still tank enough for these witches to move around and for the queen to snipe the last wizard tower. So great job by TT there, showing us how to do those 10v10s. So now let's go ahead and move on to Beatdown, guys. Beatdown actually took care of one of the top guys here with a 10v10 and did an awesome hog attack, guys. So this is a kill squad hog attack. So this one's going to be slightly different than the other hog attacks, such as the mass hogs. So it's going to send in a baby dragon, then a wizard over here on the laboratory section, just to kind of create a nice funnel, guys. So what does he see here? Sees a king and the queen and an inferno. So it's pretty much going to be taking advantage of that because he does see a pretty good amount that his kill squad can get. So nice rage spell right here, guys. Let's go ahead and zoom in. That way you guys can see what I'm talking about. So the queen is going to move in towards the middle section. Nice poisons placed for the soft CC that's here. And now that the queen and the king are taking care of the clan castle, he's going to start the hog attack over here at the top section, starting with the mortar. And then after that sends in the rest of the hog riders, guys. So now the queen did use a queen ability over there. Took care of that expo, which is nice because those compartments tend to have big bombs and stuff. So created a nice pathway for these hog riders actually. And then saved a few hog riders for that mortar just to kind of make sure that these hogs stay in the middle section. That way a heal spell can cover most of the hog riders instead of them being all over the place. So anyways, guys, real nice heal spell right there. Look at that. Took care of that bomb because they got healed right back to normal. And then saves this last heal spell for this last portion of the defenses, guys. As you can see, there is a witch tower towards the end section. But it's not going to be too much of an issue because all these defenses are taken care of for the most part. Started the cleanup pretty early on. And then after that, moves in, takes care of this wizard tower, goes on to the cannon. And after that, it's just cleanup. So great stuff by Beatdown, showing us how it's done with the 10v10s kill squad hog attack. So great work from him right there. And now, guys, I wasn't sure if I was going to show you my 10v11, but I think I will since we're pretty good on time. So let's go ahead and do that. So great job by Beatdown there. So let's go ahead and take a look at my 10v11. And I have to show you guys this one because it was crazy, guys. So we had attempted this base 2 times. And we came up with a great plan. And I figured, you know what, I'll try it out. So I was in voice with my crew, and check that out, guys. Double, triple rage right there, and I was just like, okay, so what do I do now, guys? So I didn't know what to do for a while. Luckily, you know, when it comes to these 10v11s, you have some time to think. So the good thing is that I had my crew there, John and GP, just watching for me, taking care of business. Pretty much told me, all right, so let's not use a rage spell on the other side, as I was planning on doing. And I was planning on using another rage spell over here, guys. So I was limited. I was not planning on getting the 2-star, or at least I didn't think I was going to get the 2-star because I used up most of my spells. And these two guys were pretty close at getting the double, but they didn't get to the town hall just quite there, or miss percentage, I can't remember. So anyways, guys, I start the golem over here on this side, send in a few boulders, and then after that I send in my golem with a few more boulders, just a line, and then a king real quick. while the baby dragon was taking some hits, and then send in a bunch of wall breakers here, guys. And then I was planning on raging those wall breakers, but since I didn't have any rage spells, I had to do what I had to do. So here, guys, this is what I did. I ended up using the king ability because I wanted to make sure that those boulders went to the middle. And then I only had one rage spell, so this was a place to place it in for me. And then luckily the queen steps in. The queen goes towards over the other section, and then goes inside, takes care of the clan castle and these these skellies. And then once the queen moved in here, guys, and I saw that the queen targeted the town hall and I was at 49%, I used the queen ability right away because I was like, maybe I can do it. So I got the 2-star, guys. I don't know how I ended up doing that, but man, thanks a lot for John and GP just being there, watching out for me and voicing with me, because that definitely saved that 2-star that we would have had to attempt once again. So anyways, guys, I'm going to go ahead and show you my 3-star. I actually got an 11v11 fresh 3-star. I saw this base and I had a good feeling about it. I figured I might be able to get the 3-star here. So anyways, guys, as you can see, there are a bunch of wizard towers towards the back section. So my plan was sending in the 2 golems here, and then I figured that we're going to go to the cannon or the mortars, and then I was going to send in 2 witches on each of those mortars for flanks with a few boulders, and I wanted to get the boulder bounce for those mortars. So anyways, guys, I sent a jump spell, I sent an early rage, and then after that, I talked to GP about this one too. I changed a few things. At first, I was going to use the Grand Warden ability here, but instead we decided that we're going to heal through the bomb towers and then use the Grand Warden ability towards the middle section. I had to use the Grand Warden ability a little bit sooner because I noticed that this Inferno was going to be torching my troops, so I used it pretty early. So I was a little scared here because I figured that this was going to be jam-packed with a bunch of big bombs, guys, and it was. Luckily, my king moved forward. I used the king ability to try to get him to take some hits and pretty much trigger any big bombs. So then after that, guys, I saved a few giants for the back end, since I knew these wizard towers were going to be lethal versus my witches and my boulders. So then I sent in the giants slowly but surely. Luckily, I had GP to spot me to make sure that I didn't forget anything. And then after that, guys, my queen starts moving in. I still had the queen ability. At this point, I knew that I already had this base secured. So anyways, guys, that is my 11v11. It definitely helped out because we didn't have to worry about this base at all. But anyways, guys, thanks again for tuning in. This is DJ Clan Smasher, and don't forget to keep calm and clash on. I'll be showing some more content here shortly. I'll be having a CwL recap, and then after that, another MLCW for White Temple coming up. And we'll keep going from there, guys. So this was a placement match for CwL. So not the official matches yet, but the placement matches. We'll have 3 more of those, and then after that, we'll move on. So anyways, guys, 128 to 125. Good game, North Watchers. It was a very close game. It definitely came down to the last few attacks. I also wanted to give a big shout out to the Town Hall 11 builders because it definitely showed. It definitely came down to that. So we forced some 11 hits on the top. So anyways, thanks again. I'll see you guys next time.